What does a week of workouts look like for a female powerlifter? Well, that's what I'm going to show you in this video today. I'm going to share a lot of my training tips with you on how to get stronger and menacingly swole. So let's get into it, shall we? Kicking the week off with my favorite day of the week, chest day, baby. I already did my warm-ups. Don't worry, I'm not a psychopath. I'm not starting with this weights. Should I have included the warm-ups? I will tomorrow. Like I said, I'm a powerlifter, so this is all based off of powerlifting goals, building strength, and the RPE is 7. I'm gonna be explaining what the RPE means later. Let's get to it. So I always do one heavy set, and then I do my back off sets, which is multiple reps, which is torture, which is hell. We do it. A lot of people think that lifting heavy, one rep makes you stronger, but it's actually the back off sets with the volume increases your 1 rep max. So let's talk about what RPE is. Now, RPE stands for rate of perceived exertion, and it's basically a way to measure the intensity of your lifts and of your workouts. You might hear it a lot of the times in conjunction with the term RIR, which stands for reps in reserve. So the scale goes from 1 to 10, 1 being the absolute easiest, you definitely have 9 more reps in you, and 10 being the absolute maximum, you do not have not even 1 more rep. So, for example, if I'm doing an RPE of 7, like I said, that means I have at least 3 more reps in reserve. So now that we're done with benching, guess what we do next? More benching! Yay! This time we're doing close grip bench, so in case you didn't know, the wide grip works more of the chest, whereas close to the grip works more of the triceps. Last but not least, we do the rear delts. That's it. That's the whole workout. Is that crazy? We spent pretty much the whole workout at the bench. We want to have good posture, so we're not going to, say it with me, kid, neglect the rear delts. Let's do it. It's a leg day, folks. My least favorite day. I don't like it. Send help, please. I'm gonna actually show you my warm-ups today, so that'll be nice, right? I usually do some of these leg swings first, some mobility, if you will. Because if you just go in, especially as a powerlifter, if you just go in 1 rep of a really heavy squat without doing any type of mobility or any type of warm-up, shit's gonna get rocked, my friend. All right, I'm gonna teach you guys all of my little tricks, all of my little hacks. How to put on knee sleeves, tips on the type of shoes you should be wearing. A lot of powerlifters especially will be wearing knee sleeves to protect your knees, especially if you have bad knees. These are really, really helpful. And I'm gonna show you how to fold them. Listen, this is the easy way to put them on. Keep the top part folded down. Majority of the fold should be the top part. This just bottom part right here, just a little baby fold. Just like so. And watch me work my freaking magic, man. Use lotion because it makes it way easier to slide the knee sleeves up your legs, like so. And it makes you smell good. Now watch me work. Watch me freaking work. It's easier if you stand, you grab the bottom like this, stand, just pull, just yeet it on up there, you know? And then you unfold. And look at that. Look at that freaking magic. And even with my nails, I'm able to put these on, so. Now let's talk about the shoes. I used to think these shoes were flat enough to squat in. And then my coach said, "No, you idiot." I'm just kidding, he didn't call me an idiot. But now I wear these wrestling shoes because it's a lot safer than squatting. I know a lot of people squat in their socks or even they squat with their dogs out in their bare feet. Yeah, some people do that. But I think that's kind of dangerous, in my opinion. You could easily slip. So these are slip resistant. Almost a non-slip resistant. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? I would like to discuss 2 things, belts and breathing/bracing. So, I used to not know this about belts. Belts aren't supposed to be so tight that you're freaking suffocating, you can't breathe. They're not supposed to be that tight. That's not the point of them. The main reason I wear belts is to help me with my breathing. And if you guys know good old Meg Squatch, she did a really good demonstration of how important breathing is, and more specifically bracing, especially for powerlifters, because she had this demonstration of a pop can, an empty pop can and a full pop can, and then she was sitting weights on top of the can, and the empty one crushed very easily, but the one that was full obviously was able to withstand more weight. And it's the same concept. It's called intra-abdominal pressure. When you inhale into your stomach, it creates more pressure. Basically, it helps you lift more weights, and when you have the belts on, it's a lot easier to breathe and brace, because then you can think about breathing into the belt. A lot of people, when they breathe, when they inhale, they think about inhaling into their chest, like into their upper body, but they're not getting any air. They're not building the pressure here, they're building it here. But you want to build it here. It takes a long time. It took me so long to be able to finally get this, but once you do get it, it's amazing. Your strength is gonna skyrocket. You don't want to wear a belt for just every single exercise, just for the hell of it. You should be wearing it for a very specific reason, namely to help you with your breathing, to help you with stabilizing, to help you lift more freaking weight. Now we've got the lower back extensions. These I'm cool with. I'm cool with these. I can handle these. Gonna strengthen the lower back and the hamstring muscles. That was quite easy, so I feel like we need to add a weight for sure. See, that's the thing. You know when something's too easy. Don't even try to bullshit me. You know when you could go harder. Unless you're like a complete beginner. Okay, then maybe you don't really have a sense of that yet. A sense of intensity. You don't really know how much you could do yet. But after so long, you start to know. And if you know, then you know. And you need to add some freaking weight. I think we need to have a checkpoint right now, an intensity checkpoint. So many people in the gym, they're not training with enough intensity. And then why am I not seeing results? That's why. That's why. I want you to take some time right now to self-reflect. Could you go harder? Even if it's not in the gym, even if it's just in life, could you be going harder? Could you be doing more? Are you actually reaching your fullest potential? I can't tell you the answer. Only you can tell yourself the answer. And if you're lying to yourself, you're not doing yourself any favors. So just think about it. Last exercise of the day. And since this is the last one, we're gonna go hard. We're gonna go hard in the mother effing paints. For day 3, we got voiceover Mama Swole coming through. So day 3 is another bench day yet again, but this is more of a technique day. So I'm not really focused on going heavy. I'm just focused on the pausing and basically just the overall technique of my bench press. I do this day as well, you will see on Saturday, but this is what I do for my warm-ups since I didn't get to show you on Monday. It's kind of the same thing I do for the leg warm-ups. I just take this little band and I do some shoulder mobility work, and then I take some light weights and I do a couple front raises, couple lateral raises, just enough to get my shoulders warmed up, and then I move into my warm-up sets. Nothing crazy to see here, folks. We don't really have top sets on this day. It's all working sets. It's all rep work. Then we move into yet again the close grip bench press. And here's some fun terminology for y'all to learn. The bench press, deadlifts, and squats are known as compound lifts. Everything after I do that is pretty much just accessory work. Those are all known as accessory lifts. More isolation movements to focus on the smaller muscles that get worked during these bigger, more complicated exercises. So it's very important to have a mixture of both compound and accessory type of lifts. And then we go into my close grip lat pull down, working all those back muscles. Look at those. Yum. Yummy. All right, we're getting weird. Let's get back into. Then we go to my lateral raises, and that is it for the day. And just another note, I've said this in videos before, but you might notice I don't do that many exercises. I do about 4 to 5. That just goes to show you don't have to do a crazy amount of exercises to make gains. It's actually probably better to do less. If you're in the gym for 2, 3, 4 hours, there's definitely something wrong with your program, and you need to adjust something, because there's no reason for you to be lifting for that long. After these 3 days, I take my rest day. I have 2 rest days every week. So I do 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. And I do that same thing every week. Well, we meet again, leg day. But listen, I decided this morning I'm gonna start having a better attitude towards leg days. Or at least I'm gonna try. I feel like it wouldn't be so miserable if I was just more positive about it. Like, you know what? I was trying to think of one single positive thing. I couldn't think of one. But we got deadlifts today, which I like deadlifts more than the squats, so that's a plus. We're about to hit our top set. It's gonna be a great day, god damn it. I've decided. So for my back off sets, I always use wrist straps. I used to hate on these, I'm not gonna lie. I used to sip on that haterade when I saw people wearing wrist straps because I thought it was cheating. But I'm wearing them because my coach says I have a bit of an imbalance with my grip strength because for years I did over-under grip. Actually, for my entire lifting career, I've done over-under. You see people deadlift, some people hold like this, some people hold like this, some people hold like that. I always do this. Now, if you're gonna do that, fine, but at least change the mix every so often. I never changed it, ever. I'm a very habitual person. So now I have to fix it with the wrist straps. So now I always, on my back off sets, I do overhand grip with both hands. And I do think it's fixing it. So that's just a tip. If you notice the same problem, try some wrist straps. I was thinking during my last set, I feel like a good way to gauge whether or not your intensity is high enough when you're training is how you feel about the next set. Like if you're like, all right, I'm ready to do the next set, and you're not that nervous about it, and you're just taking it easy, that's not intense enough. In my opinion, you should be scared of the next set. You should be dreading it. That's how difficult it should be. Otherwise, you're not going to see gains. You can't just wing it. It's just like life. If life is it's the same thing every day and you're never being challenged, you're never going to grow. The gym is such a beautiful metaphor for life. If you can do this shit in here, you can do anything. That's what I tell all my clients when I'm training them. They're nervous. I don't know if I can do this. I'm scared. I don't want to do this. You can do this. You can do anything. So just remember that, kids. Remember that, kiddos. So now we have single leg press, and I realized halfway into my first set that the weight was way too light. And then I was like, well, now I might as well finish the set. Who does this? I have 3 25s on each side. Who loads the freaking machine like that? So I only have 1 set left. I feel like I just wasted my last 2 sets, but no more dicking around. Let's put an actual challenging weight on there, shall we? Who does this? Why did I do that? I thought 25 would be a lot.
Oh, yeah, you did that right.
The 20. Oh no, I did it.
Oh, you did that?
Yeah, I'm just roasting myself. All we have left is the goblet squats, and then we're done. Now it's time for the final day of the week, y'all. The music was absolutely blaring at the gym this morning. So voiceover Mama Swole is back. And like I said before, we do one more technique bench day. So we start off with the higher rep bench press. Nothing too wild, nothing crazy to see here, folks. Just practicing my form. And we go into the incline bench press, which I'm not going to lie to you, I absolutely despise this exercise. I don't like how it feels. I don't think I do it right. I mean, I know how to do it, but I just don't feel like I'm ever doing it right. I don't know. I don't like it, man. I don't like this exercise. However, it's in the program. Whatever's my program, I'm gonna do. And then we do some cable rows. Work those back muscles. Very, very important for the deadlifts, of course. But also the squats, too. And also the bench press, and also just for looking good. And then we end off with some hammer curls, y'all. And like I said, the day after this Sundays are my rest days. And that is my week of workouts, y'all. If you'd like to learn more about my body transformation, then make sure you go check out this video and subscribe to join the Swole Squad.